we already had a few games in Scotland, so we had some experience though, and we really wanted to explore ourselves in this practice match as well.
Yeah. Look, Bangladesh are making good progress. Your batters, your bowlers. How you feel you're going to go in this tournament? Not just the warm-ups, but in the tournament.
I think it's really important for us to play as a unit, definitely, and we have that capacity and capability to do well here, and we might surprise few teams as well.
You did that as well in the 50 over World Cup, didn't you, in India? Because I was there to see it. How much confidence from that tournament do you bring into this one?
I think this is a totally different format, but our team been doing well for a long time, and there are a few players who have been very consistent in this format, so we're looking forward to play good cricket.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. Keep warm. Put an extra sweater on, Jyoti. Right, Millie, you're going to have a bat first. Do you feel okay with that?
Yeah, we're happy. We were going to have a bat first. Just try get as much out of the conditions and the opportunity to have, I guess, this up being our first warm-up game, but really good prep heading into the World Cup.
Yeah, this kind of weather doesn't bother a Kiwi, does it?
No, I guess we're a little bit more like England and used to it. We do enjoy the sun, but yeah, I guess weather's not a controllable for us, and you've got to turn up and play cricket regardless.
How much are you enjoying being captain of the side that is defending this title?
Yeah, well, I guess I don't know yet with the World Cup having not started, but I've really enjoyed the lead up with this group and how we've played over our summer and being able to captain New Zealand. It's a real privilege, but most of all it's the people within the environment that make it so special.
You've got a group of players, I want to call them the Remarkables. You know who we're talking about, Sophie and Susie and Leah. How are they coping with the group and what they hope to provide for New Zealand?
Yeah, obviously. We all know that they're set to retire after this World Cup, and they've been three of New Zealand's great players. So I guess for them, just for me, hoping that they can enjoy this tournament. And I think one thing is how much they've offered this group over the years, both on and off the pitch. So I guess for them, just trying to make it as special as possible, and results will be what they will be. But I guess creating an environment that they enjoy is probably number one.
Absolutely. Lovely to see you again, Millie. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Millie Kerr, of course, captain of New Zealand. It's Bangladesh who've won the toss. They're going to bowl, and they've got a lot of spinners in their side.
A great toss to win for Bangladesh. It's okay, sorry, I thought you said, are you ready?
You can't hear him, eh?
No, I've not got any piece in.
She can't hear you, so we're going to start with you and then you're going to go down.
Yeah. A great toss to win for Bangladesh. We've got grey overcast conditions, and from the previous game we saw there was swing, there was movement. If you come down here you'll be able to see there's some green grass on the pitch. Shabmal Ismail got a ball to nip and go in and take the stump of Orla Pendergrass, and that's what Bangladesh will be wanting to do with the ball today in hand. We've got a little bit of rain about, which also plays a factor into that toss decision. So it'll be Bangladesh who win the toss, bat first, and will be taking on these conditions today. Okay, no problem.
And Bangladesh won the toss and they're bowling.
Right, okay, no problem. Some ill information. Bangladesh win the toss and they will bowl first, which is a great toss to win because we've got some overcast conditions here today at Loughborough University. We saw the ball swing and nip in the first game, and if you look here, there is some green grass on the wicket. Shabnam Ismail managed to get the ball to grab and nip and take the wicket of Gabby Lewis, and that's exactly what Bangladesh will want to do, winning the toss and bowling first here today. Happy with that? That's okay. That's
somebody might say it wasn't because Orla wasn't playing. So
no,
you don't
no,
mind
no.
that, do you?
That's all right. No, thank you.
You look good, you feel good.
Oh, the weather vane on top of the grand buildings here that surround this wonderful cricket ground here. The University of Loughborough. We're in the county of Leicestershire in the Midlands of England, and it is the grand venue for day one of the warm-up matches for the ICC Women's T20 World Cup for 2026. We've had one match, played in good spirit, and now we look forward to New Zealand against Bangladesh from the University ground at Loughborough. New Zealand, of course, the defending Women's T20 World Cup champions. Well, the New Zealanders come in here with a strong side. Like South Africa, they have a number of players who've played a long time in the colours of New Zealand. And Bangladesh, well, they know that Bangladesh can be a little tricky in the right conditions. Just a few minutes ago, I had the pleasure of being out in the middle with the match referee and the captains. ICC match referee Michelle Pereira from Sri Lanka will oversee the toss with Mili Kerr, New Zealand captain and defending champion, of course, and Nigar Sultana Jyoti, captain of Bangladesh. Mili, you've got the coin. Give it a good flick, please.
Calling for heads?
It's a heads. Do you want to tell Mili? You're going to have a... Right, come here then, Jyoti. You're going to have a ball. What's made you make that decision?
Just seeing the surrounding condition, I think it's been raining from the morning, and we really wanted to see our bowlers how they've been adapting this situation.
This is not really Bangladesh weather, is it? How are you going to cope?
We already had a few games in Scotland, so we had some experience though, and we really wanted to explore ourselves in this practice match as well.
Yeah. Look, Bangladesh are making good progress. Your batters, your bowlers. How you feel you're going to go in this tournament? Not just the warm-ups, but in the tournament.
I think it's really important for us to play as a unit, definitely, and we have that capacity and capability to do well here, and we might surprise few teams as well.
Yeah, you did that as well in the 50 over World Cup, didn't you, in India? Because I was there to see it. How much confidence from that tournament do you bring into this one?
I think this is a totally different format, but our team been doing well for a long time, and there are a few players who have been very consistent in this format, so we're looking forward to play good cricket.
Absolutely. Thanks very much. Keep warm. Put an extra sweater on, Jyoti. Right, Mili, you're going to have a bat first. Do you feel okay with that?
Yeah, we're happy. We were going to have a bat first, just try get as much out of the conditions and the opportunity to have, I guess, this up being our first warm-up game, but really good prep heading into the World Cup.
Yeah, this kind of weather doesn't bother a Kiwi, does it?
No, I guess we're a little bit more like England and used to it. We do enjoy the sun, but yeah, I guess weather's not a controllable for us, and you've got to turn up and play cricket regardless.
How much are you enjoying being captain of the side that is defending this title?
Yeah, well, I guess I don't know yet with the World Cup having not started, but I've really enjoyed the lead up with this group and how we've played over our summer and being able to captain New Zealand. It's a real privilege, but most of all it's the people within the environment that make it so special.
You've got a group of players, I want to call them the Remarkables. You know who we're talking about, Sophie and Susie and Leah. How are they coping with the group and what they hope to provide for New Zealand?
Yeah, obviously. We all know that they're set to retire after this World Cup, and they've been three of New Zealand's great players. So I guess for them, just for me, hoping that they can enjoy this tournament. And I think one thing is how much they've offered this group over the years, both on and off the pitch. So I guess for them, just trying to make it as special as possible, and results will be what they will be. But I guess creating an environment that they enjoy is probably number one.
Absolutely. Lovely to see you again, Mili. Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
Mili Kerr, of course, captain of New Zealand. It's Bangladesh who've won the toss. They're going to bowl, and they've got a lot of spinners in their side. Yes, I don't think Mili Kerr will mind batting first. It's warming up this afternoon. I have Phoebe Graham alongside, former professional cricketer here in England. Phoebe, you would know a number of the New Zealand players. Give us your thoughts on this side.
Yeah, there's a lot of stalwarts in this New Zealand squad. Sophie Devine, Leah Tahuhu and Susie Bates, who we've already mentioned. It's good to see them playing in this World Cup, and it'll be an amazing moment for them if they can retain the title. But they're partnered with some young and exciting players like Nancy Patel and Polly Inglis, who will be debuting in this World Cup tournament, which is really, really exciting for them. So it's a nice blend of experience and youth that they've got in their squad.
So New Zealand will be batting first. We'll be seeing Sophie Devine and Susie Bates at the top of the order. Mealy Kerr, who has 2 T20 international centuries on her CV. We'll know that Bangladesh, they come with a whole host of spin. And it's a side where they work hard for their runs and they defend totals with such zeal, don't they? Because this is a side that, to me, has got a lot of all-round capabilities.
Yeah, so with their bowling attack, they just never leave the stumps. So it'll be a really tricky wicket for them to bowl on today and for New Zealand to post a total. But looking at this squad, they've got the likes of Jyoti as captain, who is a remarkable player, but complemented with a lot of good players and bowlers. Shona Akhtar, one to watch as well. And yeah, I think they're in a good place.
Absolutely right. I'm glad you highlighted Shona Akhtar, because she is a top order bat who bowls wonderful leg spin as well. Be surprised, or be prepared for some surprises. Well, what's the pitch doing? Phoebe went out to have a look at it just a few minutes ago.
Bangladesh win the toss and they will bowl first, which is a great toss to win because we've got some overcast conditions here today at Loughborough University. We saw the ball swing and nip in the first game, and if you look here, there is some green grass on the wicket. Shabnam Ismail managed to get the ball to grab and nip and take the wicket of Gabby Lewis, and that's exactly what Bangladesh will want to do, winning the toss and bowling first here today.
Yeah, and they've got some seam bowlers who can do that. Marufa Akhtar, she'll be first up with the ball, bowls those big dipping in swingers, and she can cause a headache for sure. So I think you're right there, Phoebe. The brand new ball early on can be a problem. But talk us through these groups. I mean, look, Bangladesh are in the group with Australia, India, Pakistan and South Africa.
Yeah, that is the toughest group to be in, is Group A, with those big hitters. But I think Bangladesh can cause some problems and cause things to disrupt this group. Whereas Group B, it looks more like England, New Zealand will be the two teams that qualify in this semi-final. But they've also got some contenders with West Indies, Scotland, Ireland, who can give them a good game.
Yeah, and don't count out Sri Lanka. You know, if it warms up in July, you know, they'll be getting rid of those sweaters, and you know, I just feel there's a few twists and turns in this tournament.
You should never rule out Shamari Atupatu, should you, in any tournament in world cricket?
Oh, she's one of those great box office attractions, I feel. So Bangladesh, just to confirm that they've won the toss. Jyoti, there she is. She's the skipper. She talks a lot behind the stumps because she's the wicket-keeping captain. But Marufa there wearing 90. Keep an eye on her with the brand new ball. It's an exciting matchup, this, because you've got some. They don't have pace. There's no express pace there, but they've got some good heads on those shoulders, and you'll see the likes of Sophie Devine, Susie Bates, Mealy Kerr trying to dominate them.
Well, I think that's where these conditions will suit them, because it's overcast. The ball will swing for the bowlers. You wouldn't say they're express pace, but they do get a lot of shape. And we saw the ball grip and turn for Malaba in the first game, again with South Africa playing Ireland. So that's really exciting for Bangladesh to see, with their attack stacked with spinners.
Just a reminder that New Zealand are batting first. They've been put into bat, and no surprise, Marufa Akhtar, this such an engaging personality. She sprinkles this Bangladesh team with personality, with emotion, with feeling, and she'll get the ball. It's just warmed up a bit, I fancy. Well, you did a pitch report in your polo shirt.
Yeah, I think in some of the warm-up games in the Tri-Series that Bangladesh played in, they were playing in bobble hats. Adapted to the conditions here. We can't see any bobble hats out in the outfield, so they're adapting to the English conditions already.
Georgia Plimmer, just 22 years of age. Best score of 63. Strike rate will have to improve at the top of the order. Susie Bates. the numbers stack up. Best 124 not out. That was against South Africa in Taunton. We're off the mark straight away. Could be a couple here. Yeah, going back for the second as well. That's good running. Very good running to start. Sets the tone. Oh dear, and so does that. A misfield. There's a lot of shouting going on out there. At the end of it, there's 3 runs.
Yeah, poor in the outfield from Bangladesh. And like you said, brilliant running. Plimmer was straight in and out there. She turned quickly and really tested the fielder in the outfield. But that overthrow cost them an extra run there, and it'll be Susie Bates on strike. So good to see her back at the top of the order.
She had a tough time in the 50 over World Cup in India in October, Susie Bates. And it's just the fact that she wasn't moving her feet as well as she has done throughout her career. Susie being at the top of the order, and watch the ball should swing late into the bat. Like that.
So much movement, isn't there? Brilliant from Marufa there. Pitched it very, very straight, and it continued to keep going. In order for that to hit the stump, she almost needs to pitch it 7th stump, 8th stump line.
Or come round the wicket and like a left arm over the wicket. But she's going to give Susie Bates plenty to think about here. Must get that line right. If it strays down leg side, it's a free hit.
Yeah, Susie Bates able to capitalise there. The ball just drifted down the leg side, got her line wrong, just unable to control the swing that she's getting at the moment. And Susie Bates just guiding that round. Simple runs for Bates, who played an unusual role in the series against England. She was almost a specialist number 9 for New Zealand. So it's so nice to see her back opening the batting.
It's a better line. It's a much better line because you're inviting the forward stroke front there, exactly as Susie Bates is doing there. But you know you're going to get in swing.
Yeah, and that's why she's taken that line of her delivery so much wider there, so that the ball targets the stumps. That's why it's important to warm up with a new ball when conditions are so overcast.
That's through the gap at extra, and well fielded as well.
Yeah, it was a good piece of fielding from Nadia Akhter.
But she saves the boundary here, doesn't she, Nahida? Look here, the dive, that's stopped some runs. End of the first over, 8. It's a lovely afternoon now here at Loughborough University. This morning we're greeted with heavy rain and a delayed start, but we're going to see Shandida Akhter. Economy, look at that economy. 27 matches, 5.26, 4 for 14 her best, and she'll just get the ball in the right area with her left arm spin.
Good ball.
Not afraid of doing that. They mankaded Elsa Lister in the tri-series against Scotland. So it is an option for them.
Shauna Akhtar is at slip. She'll bowl her leg breaks and she'll bat within the top 5. There's a lot of players in this Bangladesh team. Just there she is, Shauna Akhtar, great all-round cricketer for Bangladesh. Oh, she's come out of slip now. So 1 ball for a slip and the field changes.
Good ball.
Yeah, you do see that quite often in T20 cricket, is that you make the changes instantly, but it would be nice to see a slip in place for just that little bit longer. That was a much better delivery, and you saw there, because she got her length right, it was able to turn and grab ever so slightly, and that's what you want to do, put doubt in Bates's mind early on.
Good ball.
I think you're right. I think, you know, it's a warm-up match. The fact that you've changed it after 1 ball suggests that it's a little bit scatty. You know, just keep the slip. Say to your bowler, you're going to have the first over with a slip, bowl to it.
I don't mind it changing after 3 or 4 balls, but you don't get a true sense of the wicket after 1. But 3 dots so far, so she'll be happy with this start.
Good ball. Lovely.
4 on the leg side. There's a deep mid-wicket and a long on. Now whether they feel that Georgia Plimmer, that's her go-to shot, but deep mid-wicket with a left-arm spin bowler first over seems a little bit strange to me for a field setting.
Well played by Plimmer, just rotating the strike. They're struggling to find the boundary here, and you can see both players with positive intent are trying to use the feet to come down to the ball. But Shandija is changing her length beautifully and reacting really well to the New Zealand openers.
Good ball. Lovely touch. Very nice.
And Susie Bates likes the ball to come onto the bat. She's working for her pace. 11 for no wicket, 2 gone.
মারুফা সুইং আছে জায়গা থেকে আনলে ভালো বেশি বের হয়ে যাচ্ছে এটা বড় করতে যাবে এবারটা বড় করতে যাবে
Marufa Akhtar. She does bowl the in-swinger more often than not. I guess that's one way of coping with it, Phoebe, as well, is if you come out of down the pitch to negate that swing.
Yeah, it's a great option for Bates, particularly with Jyoti standing back. I think where you can create serious pressure here with the pace of Marufa is I'd love to see Jyoti standing up, negating Bates coming down the track, using her feet, because it's a really simple option. With all of the offside in the ring, she'll be looking to clear the inner ring.
Ooh, that's a bottom-handed slap in the end. It's 2 runs.
আচ্ছা সবাই দাঁড়ায় থাকো কেন ওই জায়গায় বল এখানে একটা কিছু হইতেছে এই সাইডেরা উপরে উঠো না কেন
Yeah, Susie Bates having a good laugh to herself there, but she didn't quite hold her shape in that shot, so a lot of bottom hand coming into it. A strike down the ground. I think she ended up controlling her bottom hand awkwardly at the end there so that she targeted straight, because there was a little bit of danger there that mid-on was going to come into play.
A lot of energy in the field. I'm not sure if you're picking it up at home, but you know, we can listen to the stump mics. There is just constant chatter.
They're a lively team. They really are. And it's good to see there's energy in the field, but it's that backing up that not everyone's doing quite right at the moment. We saw that overthrow in the first over that cost them just the single. But as well as the loudness, it'd be nice to see them moving better in the field.
Yeah, Marufa Akhtar will keep that line. It's a good contest this, because Susie Bates has used up 13 deliveries for her 9, and they will sense, Bangladesh will sense that she's wanting to get on with it.
Yeah, she's ticking, isn't she? You can sense that something's going to happen here. It's a really good contest, and Marufa holding a line really well this over. Happy here Bangladesh will be to just take the single. 3 from the over so far, so it's been a very well controlled over. You can see the New Zealand batters, particularly Bates, who's 10 from 14, erring with frustration.
This one is wide.
Would be nice to see if Marufa could get one to hold straight in her armoury. So much shape going into the right-hander. If she just cross-seamed one or angled the seam the other way and it straightened on Plimmer, I think it really would deceive them here. That's where your swing bowling becomes really effective, when you can get one to either straighten or go the other way.
Short and wide and punished. You can't bowl that wide. End of 3, 19 for no wicket. Second of the warm-up matches here at the University of Loughborough. Earlier we saw South Africa beat Ireland, and now it's Bangladesh. It's going to land safely, would you believe that? All that space.
Well, that's the one that holds in the pitch. Susie Bates rocks back and it just gets the top edge of her bat there. Drops into no man's land.
That's cleared that long on, so it's a 6 over long on for Susie Bates.
She struck this one with much more intent, advancing down the track. And a much more fluid swing by Susie Bates there, clears the ropes. Bates just starting to find a bit more rhythm and tempo now. 17 from 17. Plimmer, who has been starved of strike the other end, has only faced 4 of the deliveries so far.
Oh dear. The last thing you want to do, it just releases the pressure. A misfield, a simple misfield like that.
I think they would have been pushing for 2 anyway. But regardless, it's a sloppy piece of work there, out in the deep.
Taj Neha.
From Neha.
Good looking shot. Really fine looking blow. And Georgia Plymmer coming down the pitch, very strong on that front foot.
Such a great option there from Plymmer to go with the spin and take it on over mid-off. That is a great shot. Like that a lot.
Yeah, I think she did too, Georgia Plymmer. It's the end of 4. 4 overs gone and New Zealand 34 without loss. University of Loughborough, this lovely setting for these warm-up matches. Of course, it is one of the great centres of sporting excellence. Marufa Akhtar is going to have a 3rd over. Still looking for the breakthrough here. Susie Bates on strike. A little bit of innovation from Susie Bates.
It's a classic Susie Bates shot that. I think she was one of the first players to bring this into the world game. Plays it with such ease, played a lot of hockey growing up, and you can see that with how low she gets and use the wrist to go up and over. Short fine in the ring.
This time it's wide. Every now and again Marufa just loses the action. I think she's trying to bowl the one that goes straight and she pulls away off the pitch too quickly.
Just a little bit of rain coming down now at Loughborough University. It's still looking bright though. Feels like it could just be a small downpour.
Oh, that's a really great crushing blow, that is. Susie Bates at her best, stands tall and really has minced this.
Well, this is why you don't want to see Susie Bates get going. Advances down once again, flick of the wrists. So clear on where a boundary option there is. Once again, would love to see Jyoti come up to the stumps to negate the movement that Bates is freely able to have.
So Marufa's just lost that late swing that she got with the first over, first 10 balls anyway. Shauna Akhtar will bowl her leg spin later on, would have thought.
Yeah, it feels like she's lost her threat and the ball has stopped swinging here. See, she's just searching for it now. Searching for that swing, trying to create something with the ball, but with that she's losing a shape in her action and just pushing the ball out wide. And often when you push the ball, you lose all shape because your wrist isn't firmly behind the ball. It's been an expensive over and she's compensating with it. Much better from Marufa, going back to her basics there.
Yeah, I'd like to see her just bowl a few more deliveries with her tried and trusted action, the in-swinger, because she does cause a problem for batters with that late swing, which she's not getting now. It's almost as if she's trying too hard to get the one to straighten. That'll take a long time to have that delivery in her repertoire.
Great piece of fielding in the covers there.
Just see the rain on that shot there. It's funny because it's a bright afternoon.
It's probably the brightest it's been. It feels like it's beautiful, even though there's a slight bit of rain in the air.
That's the end of 5 overs, and New Zealand 43 for no wicket.
New Zealand off to a steady start in the second warm-up fixture of the day in Loughborough. And joining me in the commentary box is former USA captain Shubhani Bhaskar. Shubhani, this is going to be quite a World Cup outing for New Zealand, given the farewell subplot around it. And Ritumoni, one of the highest wicket takers in the recently concluded tri-series in Edinburgh, where Bangladesh finished second, has been introduced for the last over of the power play. Good ball, says Nigar Sultana Jyoti. And speaking of the farewell theme, it is going to be the final World Cup appearance for 3 stalwarts of the game: Susie Bates, Sophie Devine and Leah Tahuhu.
Good afternoon, Anisha. When you look at this New Zealand outfit, their names have been there.
That's been crunched off the back foot. Well placed, but not good enough to bisect the 2 fielders.
Yeah, legends of the game. When you look at Susie Bates, she's of course led this New Zealand side for many years, and Sophie Devine as well. And Leah Tahuhu has been New Zealand's spearhead for years together. Massive shoes to fill.
With an offer, and that has been dispatched with a laser-guided cut. Plimmer is piling on the runs with a plumb here.
Quick footwork to ensure that he creates the width that was required to pierce that gap. Nicely done. Fast hands through the shot. And she's racing. Now Plimmer, 20 off just 11.
Beshi shorte kora jabe na, says Nigar Sultana Jyoti, which translates in English to you cannot keep bowling so short. Ritumoni was the highest wicket taker, taking 7 scalps in that tri-series, where Bangladesh curiously dropped a game apiece against Netherlands, who are going to make their T20 Women's World Cup debut next week, and also against Scotland. Did they end up on the losing side, Bangladesh?
Good ball, excellent.
In matches 2 and 3 of that tri-series, as you just mentioned, against Scotland, losing by 8 wickets. The 50 comes up. And match number 3 against the Netherlands, that was a big win for the Netherlands. A difference of 8 runs. But that's how tight now competition has become as well. The gap getting smaller and smaller.
Good ball.
Nicely played along the carpet. Pushing for the second is Susie Bates. They decide against it. Excellent start for New Zealand in the power play. 51 on the board without losing any wickets. And with that, drinks have been called. It's time for the players to rehydrate and regroup. New Zealand are off to a flyer. 51, this opening stand between Georgia Plummer and Susie Bates as vice-captain and the premier left-arm spinner in the Bangladeshi ranks. Nahida Akhtar is introduced into the attack. Plenty of experience under the belt of Nahida's and has been a serial wicket taker, a breakthrough giver of sorts over the years for Bangladesh. Pushed onto the back foot, crammed her for space. And as we've seen in the first game today, Shubhani, the ball has occasionally kept low.
And we've also seen grip and turn for the spinners. Amy Maguire for Ireland. They're pushing for the second. No, they'll settle for the one. And then on Kulalikum Laba in that second innings of that first game, getting the ball to grip and turn. So if you find the right pace and impart that extra revolutions, you will get turn on this surface.
Shuffles across, hangs back, and finds the gap with ease. Does Susie Bates. Fourth boundary to the former New Zealand captain.
Bread and butter too short from Nahida Akhtar. Jumps across. Although she loses her balance, that shot was already done and dusted. So strong on the pull. They're racing away here, New Zealand. It's a good start.
And while Bates lost her footing on that occasion, I can reliably tell you that the drizzle has receded somewhat. So good signs here in Loughborough. We had a great contest between South Africa and Ireland in the first game. It was a good contest. Terrific warm-up exercise for both teams.
Good ball.
Speared into the boots of Bates. Gets the approval from Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Good ball, she says. And don't we agree?
You know, Nahida Akhtar's strength is to keep it on the stumps. She's not a big turner of the ball, just the odd ball. But for the most part, she just keeps it nice and tight on the stumps and makes the batter.
Rocks back. And good running between the wickets here. Both these batters have found the boundary fairly fluently. But what has also been equally impressive is how they have rotated strike.
They have good understanding. We've seen that over the last couple of years.
Another Yorker. This time Bates struggling to maneuver this one. Bit of a wayward throw. Nahida isn't impressed, nor is Nigar Sultana Jyoti. That concludes the 7th over. New Zealand 59 for no loss. The partnership continues to grow between Susie Bates and Georgia Plymmer. Ritu Moni, military medium, in operation for a second. Prances down the track, chips it uppishly, beats the fielder. 4 runs once again for Susie Bates. She's dealing in boundaries and asking questions of the opposition bowling unit.
Impeccable timing from Susie Bates. The footwork is there. She gets into the right position, and then it's just a clean stroke. Doesn't close the face of the bat, just steers the ball into the gap. And the timing is so good that it got to the fielder on the bounce. It was all the way on the boundary.
All flicked stylishly by Susie Bates. A bit of confusion in the middle between the two batters. Good on the part of the senior campaigner to send back Plymmer.
Didn't seem like there's confusion between the batters. The confusion was brought by the Bangladesh fielders, because they're a very chirpy bunch, led by Nigar Sultana behind the stumps. But in general, always in your eyes, in your ears as a batter.
Absolutely smoked that. Straight as a die from Georgia Plymmer. And the fielder, Sean Akhtar, can only be a spectator.
Evasive action taken by the umpire. And rightly so. Yep, that was smoked. Incredible power. Unbelievable timing.
Taken side edge. Oh, bit of a misfield from Juwairia Firdaus. Bates was interested in the single. This time Plymmer says, hang on, senior pro. We've got the boundaries. There is a fielder and short fine. Let's not inject any semblance of risk when we do not need to.
It did get past her just a bit of a fumble from Firdaus at short fine.
Lofted, field underneath it, and taken. Excellent catch from Sanjida Meghla, and Ritu Moni breaks through this 68-run opening stand.
Very well bowled. Plymmer continuing her attacking intent. You made the room, just skied it. Those are one of the difficult catches when it's going away from you, slightly behind you. To judge that, to put in the dive and hang on. Sanjida does well. Georgia Plymmer goes for 28, 68 for 1 New Zealand.
Set batter Georgia Plymmer gone, and in comes First drop, Izzy Sharp. Still early in her international career. Last ball of this Ritumoni wicket-taking second over.
Good ball.
Oh, good shape on that one. Dot ball to finish off the 8th over. New Zealand 68 for 1.
An over of 2 halves. The first half of the over going for 9. And then a wicket in the second half of that Ritumoni over.
Nahida to continue from the commentary box end.
Good ball.
Speared into the boots of Susie Bates once again, who does well to get some contact. Excellent running between the wickets, picks up a couple, and she's motoring along nicely, closer to the 40-run mark now, and it's come at a good clip. On 39 of just 29 deliveries is Susie Bates. Soft hands, exploiting the vacant spaces inside the ring on the leg side.
And she's used her wrists really well to access those gaps. The first ball of the over came out of her crease and whipped it off her legs to pick up the 2. And then again, footwork, but this time just tapped it to the leg side. That's the experience of Bates.
Oh, that's clobbered back to the bowler. Excellent reflexes from Nahida to intercept it. Gets a well-deserved applause from her teammates.
She's so good fielding off her own bowling, catching off her own bowling. Nahida Akhtar gets a lot of return catches.
Down for room once again. Fahima Khatun puts in the dive, but is not able to deny the single. Couldn't agree more with you with that assessment of Nahida. She's a street-smart bowler, has a degree in economics, by the way, so knows her figures very well. One of the most experienced bowlers there is in this Bangladeshi unit. Rocked back straight to Khatun. A dot ball. This has been a fine comeback. The last couple of overs after a flurry of 4s of the bowling of Ritumoni.
The last 9 balls have been good.
Struck powerfully by Bates. Maruf Akhtar does well to keep it to just a single run. 9 overs gone. New Zealand 73 for 1. There's 73 on the board for the loss of the wicket of Georgia Plymouth for New Zealand. The defending champions heading into a crucial tournament, the 10th edition of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup, England and Wales 2026.
Good ball.
Big hoik into the leg side. Once again, the immaculate connection somewhat wanting.
Felt like she got too close to the ball. She wasn't all that happy with that shot. You could see it when she was running. You mentioned the timing was slightly off. I feel she just got a little too close to the ball. She's consistently been dancing down his Bates to all the spinners. Almost every ball.
Well done.
Driven straight back to the bowler. And one particular trend we have seen with Bangladesh, aside from the conventional three disciplines, batting, bowling and fielding, is the constant chattering between their infielders, led by the woman you see on your screens, Nigar Sultana Jyoti, who operates in somewhat a fashion of a strict disciplinarian.
Good ball. Good ball.
She's commentating on every single delivery, I tell you. Such is the experience and the respect she commands in this Bangladeshi side. Still only in her late 20s is Nigar, about to lead Bangladesh into her third T20 World Cup, on the trot as captain.
Good ball.
Swatted, just a single run.
She's been the mainstay, the backbone of Bangladesh ever since she came into this side. And yes, you mentioned her third stint as captain in this format, in this World Cup. But even when she made her debut as a teenager, since then, she's been a key batter in this outfit. She holds the innings together, accelerates when Bangladesh needs it as well. And she has a different perspective from behind the stumps. A keeper captain, the ideas can be different. You can see the angles a bit better. Definitely an inspirational character in this setup.
Oh, once again, the reflex action from a Bangladeshi spinner denies a single. End of the 10th over, New Zealand 77 for 1.
$77 for 1, 10 overs gone, and Bangladesh have a lot of bowling options. Phoebe Graham alongside bowled a lot of fast medium, shaped it. But now we're going to see Faima Khatun, who will bowl her leg spin. Look at that economy rate, just look at that, below 6, Phoebe, amazing, through 102 matches.
Yeah, great bowler to come into this middle phase and really try and contain New Zealand here. They haven't got the wicket column where they'd want it to, only one down, but they're containing New Zealand, keeping them at sevens. Current projected score, if they go at this run rate, is 153, which I think is about par for this wicket.
Well, you couldn't have scripted that. That was the most it's funny now, and it was funny then, and it'll be funny when we see it again. Jyoti had no idea where it was. Everyone went quiet. Make what you will of this.
I don't think anyone knew where that went. Went straight up aerial. Jyoti not interested until the very last second. Diving to try and make something of it. Could have been a really simple catch if she'd seen that early as well.
Do you remember that TV series, Whatever Happened Next, or What Happened Next? You couldn't make that up.
That's a huge opportunity as well, because Bates on 43 off 36. It would be nice to get her at this stage.
I love the work that Susie Bates puts into her batting. You can see how she gets into the strong positions, as you saw on that last shot there.
Yeah, she gets a really wide base, doesn't she? So that she's able to create her strength from her base position, and then her arms just flow through the line of the ball beautifully.
Good ball.
a good foundation here for a big score. Susie Bates clearly the lead contender for taking this score well beyond 160, 170. Strong again, strong down the ground.
Always thinks this is a great task for the middle order as well. When that foundation is created, they've got a lot of pressure, those waiting to bat in the New Zealand camp, to come out and strike at a rate to make sure that they bring this total to 170, 180.
So slow through the air, no way of making contact. 11 gone, it's 81 for 1.
Bowling change, right over to you. Hello. Okay. She's off the field, okay? She'll just take a seat on the side for now,
Right, Susie Bates and Ritu Moni has picked up the 1 wicket that has gone down. Chance here, should take it, yes, straight down the throat of deep backward point, and Nahida Akhtar takes a good catch.
Yeah, it was a full toss, but with the boundaries being big square, Bates didn't get hold of all of it. But big celebrations, they don't mind how they dismiss Susie Bates. Just watching it back here, full bunger, and it goes out in the deep, gets herself in a good position, little tumble backwards and a swivel. It's a good catch in the end. That's the end of Susie Bates. 45 from her 39 deliveries, New Zealand 81 for 2.
Mealy Kerr, what a cricketer, all-round cricketer of just gifted talents. 200s on that CV for Amelia Kerr. Should be 2 here, should be 2. It's only 1, you know. Well, this is a full toss here, Phoebe. It should have disappeared.
Really shouldn't you expect that, particularly as Susie Bates was in at this stage. 43, she'll be disappointed she's not gone on and made a big total here against Bangladesh.
Nicely played, elegantly played. That really is a very nice stroke.
That is dismissive from Sharp. Really good option to take that on straight and pin her straight. She just hit that, comes down the track. Wonderful strike. I love it when players drop the bat after a strike like that.
Done it again. 2 of the best from the 21-year-old Izzy Sharp, and she's got the measure of Ritu Moni right now.
Yeah, back to back from Sharp. Takes a bit off it this time, but so beautiful with that strike. And then the bat just drops by her side, effortless from Sharp.
Good ball.
Doesn't look, Phoebe, as if we're going to see Sophie Devine batting, because on the last sort of mini stoppage, she brought on a bottle of water with a high-vis jacket on.
Yeah, doing drinks duties today. I don't think we'll see that much through the World Cup tournament.
"12 gone, New Zealand 94 for 2. Sophie Devine, one of the great cricketers for New Zealand cricket. Phoebe, you played cricket with her at Southern Brave.
Yeah, she's an awesome character on and off the pitch. First one to be clearing the kit bag away and helping with the support staff, but also the first one to be doing a ridiculous running race with everyone. So a great energy source for her team.
I remember an innings last October in India. Could have been Visakhapatnam. It was brutally hot and she was out there on her way to 100, and honestly I think that we had to call, the ambulance wasn't far away. She was exhausted. She was absolutely on her feet, out on her feet.
Well, she manages a diabetes alongside playing, but she does that so brilliantly. But it's not just how incredible she is at cricket, it's a character as well that's going to be so sorely missed.
And if you read her career began, she was a fast bowler who began her life batting at 11.
Well, yes, but she's played a lot of hockey, so she played representative hockey for New Zealand as well, and that's why she's so strong with bat in hand and quite dominant down the ground as well.
Well, that's a bad ball, and bad balls like that deserve to be put away. It's a poor from Fahima. Brings up the 100 for New Zealand.
Yeah, just loses a line here, Fahima. And it's a controlled sweep shot. She just picks exactly where she wants to put that, does Mealy Kerr. No messing around, full top. Back to Sophie Devine, the great. Can't get away from it now, so.
Well, she'll be playing fire in the tournament in August. Threads this through. There has to be 2 here. It's good energy between these two, Izzy Sharp and Mealy Kerr.
Yeah, 21 off 10 for these two.
Over.
13 gone. It's 102 for 2. Seven overs to go for New Zealand to post a big total here. Izzy Sharp's going well, and Amelia Kerr, Mealy Kerr, with her sister Jess, who plays in the same side. 2 gifted cricketers. And New Zealand, at the end of this World Cup tournament, will be saying goodbye to 3 of their greatest: Suzie Bates, Sophie Devine and Leah Tahuhu. And then it'll be a changing of the guard for New Zealand cricket. Meanwhile, Shanjida.
Saw South Africa posting 136 in the first innings here, and it felt like they were a little bit below par, so I think 150 feels about right for par total on this wicket. Ireland were 15 runs short in the run chase, which it never really felt like they were in the game, but it showed how by sticking in there and by going out with positive intent, there were always boundaries available, and they ended up getting closer than I think anyone ever anticipated.
Good ball, good ball.
I think if Bangladesh can contain them here, keep them going at ones and twos, then they will fall a little bit short, will New Zealand. Probably need to start to think about accelerating through the gears. Current run rate 7.7. I'd love to see a change in intent.
Good ball, Nigla.
Wicket column, of course, only 2 down. So there's plenty of batting to come. For me, this is when it gets exciting as well. When you go out as a batter, you've got 5 balls to face. How many runs can you get from those 5 balls? It's pressure in itself, even though there's only 2 wickets down at the moment.
Good ball, excellent.
New Zealand are in Group 2, Group B of the World Cup, with England, Ireland, Scotland, Sri Lanka and West Indies. You'd have to say that New Zealand and England would be favourites there, but I think this is going to be a tournament of twists, turns and upsets.
Catch it! Well done, excellent.
14 overs have gone and New Zealand 106 for 2. Fourteen overs gone, and New Zealand with fixtures, 3 matches in Southampton starting on Saturday. West Indies, Sri Lanka, Ireland, Scotland in Bristol, and then England at the Oval at the end of the month.
Got quite a nice run there, haven't they? 3 games back to back in Southampton. It's almost like getting a home advantage, that. We'll be pleased with that, will New Zealand.
Good ball.
It's hit hard. It's hit very hard. It's a strength area of Millie Kerr.
Yeah, I love the fact it pierces the 2 fielders in the deep. Just rocks back. Knows exactly where she's striking that. And this is the change of intent we wanted to see.
It's a big call for catching it, but it's gone flat to deep mid-wicket.
got better, have Bangladesh, through playing in the tri-series. They started off with a defeat against Scotland, but went on to win their other 2 games.
Now then, it's 6 all the way, and she's targeting that deep mid-wicket fence. Millie Kerr. Izzy Sharp this time. So Izzy Sharp is playing a very good hand here for New Zealand.
Yeah, she's got a bit about her as Izzy Sharp. We've seen the straight drives down the ground for 6 and 4, but this time the slog sweep down on one knee. It's a very, very good shot, clearing the rope.
It's not going to reach Fahima. Well, you've been talking, Phoebe, about when New Zealand going to pull the trigger. I think Izzy Sharp's thinking that way. They've got to go from here.
Feels like they've had a little word with each other the previous over.
Great looking shot, Millie Kerr. It's a specialist, it's a trademark of hers. She goes inside out, over extra. And it's that bottom hand that works it around leg side for 4. 15 overs gone, it's 124 for 2.
A fine 43-run stand developing now between Izzy Sharp and Captain Millie Kerr as we end closer towards the death overs. Ritumoni to operate from the far end for her 4th and final over. She's been the pick of the bowlers today. 2 wickets to her tally, conceding 30 runs. That's been hoiked into the leg side. Sharp should pick up a single. She does. Been a good batting display this, Shubhani.
A great opening partnership between Plummer and Bates. And now a partnership building between Sharp and Millie Kerr.
Just guides this towards a short third. Unable to bisect the field.
Bangladesh won the toss. They elected to field first. They're a very accurate team in terms of their bowling. They keep it on the stumps and plenty of spin options as well. The way the Kiwi batters have used their feet.
Loud appeal. The umpire is unmoved. Ritumoni, the bowler, was more than interested. He's looking for her 3rd wicket. Looked like it was going down leg. An appeal more out of hope than anything else. And why not? Because it's the big fish. The captain, the superstar, Millie Kerr. Rocks back and swats this. A good looking back foot punch. Few play that better than Millie Kerr. Smriti Mandhana, the left-hander, comes to mind.
It's a classy shot. Great balance. Just holding your shape for the cameras.
Well bowled by Ritumoni once again. Fahima Khatun doing up the tidying up in the long on cordon. And Fahima Khatun, it bears reminding, is the only Bangladeshi player to have featured in all of the 7 editions Bangladesh have played so far as the ICC Women's T20 World Cup is concerned. Smashed this. Flat, fierce, 4 runs for the taking. End of the 16th over, New Zealand 130 for 2.
Spoiled the last ball of the over with a brilliant shot. Only 2 runs up till then, 2 singles.
Meliker and Izzy Sharp shepherding this innings nicely after a superlative start from senior pro Susie Bates. And at long last, there will be the leg spin of Shorna Akhtar deployed, albeit somewhat belatedly. She usually operates in the block between 6 to 10 overs. Was a terrific performer in the ODI World Cup in India late last year. Smoked some of the best bowlers in the business for runs. Picked up nicely by Meliker. 1 bounce and into the fence it goes.
No one at square leg, not on the boundary. So she picked her spot to perfection. Moved across just enough. And creates the angle. Nice free swing. Quality player, quality all-rounder, Kerr. And plenty of responsibility now on her shoulders through this World Cup.
Interestingly, growing up, she looked up to Sophie Devine as her primary role model, and she succeeded her as captain. Hammered. Oh, chance of a return catch. Goes a begging. It was struck fiercely by Kerr. Too good for Shorna Akhtar, the bowler, on that occasion.
It was a good reaction. She got both her hands to it. But the extension was past where the ball came. It hit her palms and went down. That was fiercely hit.
Shuffles across, redirects the length. Going to challenge both the fielders there. Bisects the field with a plum. She's dispatched a couple of looseners here from Shorna in her very first over and picked up 2 boundaries in 3 deliveries.
She could have taken this either between a deep mid-wicket and square leg or deep mid-wicket and long on. That's how much time she had.
Looks to smoke this one as well. The placement not as good as the previous 2 boundaries. And Meliker, what a player she's turned out to be over the years. A reminder of how quickly a generation has come to define the women's game. Started out as a teen prodigy, and then from prodigy to World Cup winner, now a global superstar, plying her trade across franchise leagues the world over. Captain of a side that is looking to defend their title at the 10th edition of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Oh, swatted with disdain by Izzy Sharp. Save the leg, she says, as she picks up another boundary.
They're reading the length really early, picking up on it, getting into great positions, both Kerr and Sharp. And the pace, unfortunately, from Shorna, it's been on the slower side, and that's given both these batters enough time to place it however they please.
Rocks back and exploits the gap in the offside. Sharp to retain strike for the next over. Expensive first over from Shorna Akhtar. Concedes 14, 17 gone. New Zealand 144 for 2.
Ladies, let's go.
Bangladesh are pooled in Group A alongside tournament debutants, Netherlands, 6-time champions, Australia, a strong Asian side with a top-tier bowling attack, Pakistan, ODI, reigning champions India, and of course South Africa, finalists in the last 3 editions of ICC Women's Global Tournaments. It's going to be a tough group for Bangladesh, but they pushed teams like England, South Africa, and even Sri Lanka in the ODI equivalent some 8 months ago. It was a tournament of what-ifs, and they would be looking to implement all the learnings from the tournament here. Oh my goodness, hang it in the Louvre, hey? Izzy Sharp, that's a shot straight out of a dream, and it goes all the way for a maximum.
I think we've lost the ball. She's hit it past the side screen, past the camera setup, into the trees. Incredible. Dancing down, getting to the pitch of the ball. Freeing her arms. The 150 is up for New Zealand with that maximum. And a slight delay now in play to get a replacement for the ball.
Some way to bring up the 150 that surely sent it frontwards. And this has been a terrific block of 27 deliveries for New Zealand. That's the fastest they have brought up 50 runs in so far in this innings. And they will be looking to accelerate from here on and capitalize on the 18 odd deliveries left. Good run rate, close to 9 per over. Izzy Sharp has clobbered that towards the deep square leg boundary. One bounce over the rope, back-to-back boundaries for Sharp.
Absolutely no breaking of the wrists. Solid wrists, timing, placement, and power. Well poised. Batting on 46 off just 24.
A good adjustment there from Nahida Akhtar, streetwise. This time around saw Sharp charging down the track, bowled it into her body, a bit towards her leg stump, even on the pads, if you will. She's been tonked for runs. Nahida, 41 runs conceded. Chance of a catch and taken. Izzy Sharp falls 4 runs short of what would have been a terrific half-century, but not to be today as Rabia Khan gobbles up that regulation opportunity. But what a terrific, enterprising, stroke-filled outing this has been. 46 to her tally of 26 balls. She has entertained us, hasn't she?
Incredibly. It's been a treat to watch. Shots all around the ground. Some brilliant straight shots. Just 4 runs away from a half-century. And finds a deep square leg. Good balance, good hands. And good take to see the back of Izzy Sharp. 46 off just 26. Incredible innings and 154 for 3 New Zealand.
Yeah, hardly a surprise. Sharp walked back to a loud applause from the entire New Zealand dugout as Devonshire comes out to replace her. It's going to be a left-hand, right-hand combination for New Zealand shepherding this innings. Mealikar at the non-striker's end. Oh, loose now. Sat up nicely for her to short arm pull, and she gets off the mark with a single first ball.
All the New Zealand batters have been so good to push back and then pull the ball into space. You have the single, you also have 2s on offer. Because of the distance of the square boundaries, when they get it in the gap, they pick up a 4. But they've used the crease well. Suzie Bates used it laterally as well. and then the depth of the crease, the other batters.
Lofted with the lawn by Meili Kerr. The boundaries keep flowing in this Nahida Akhtar over. The tally goes up to 3 as the 18th over comes to a close with New Zealand poised at 161 for 3.
Staying over the stumps to the right-handed Meili Kerr. It was tossed up, but great footwork, quick feet. And deposits that over the ropes. That's the footwork I was talking about. Yes, they're using the depth of the crease to go back and play it square. They've used the crease well, whether to go back, play it square, or to use their feet, come down the ground and take it straight. They've come in with good plans against the Bangladeshi spinners.
Well, Nigar Sultana Jyoti has just told one of her fielders that you're moving on the field as though you're taking a stroll in your garden. Slog sweeps this one. Better fielding display. Oh, miscommunication, chance of a run out. Could be trouble. But the pickup from Fahima Khatun was all over the place. Nigar Sultana Jyoti is not pleased whatsoever with that all-round fielding effort from the outfielder as much as from the bowler herself.
These are aspects they can fine-tune going into the league stage. Yes, this is a warm-up. Some errors, the 1%ers, you need to learn from. Rectify them before you get into the league stage. In the last couple of overs, everyone is ready for that run out. Your bowler comes back to the stumps as quickly as possible.
Brings out a sweep once again. Look how eager Devonshire is for that second run. And this is what you see and expect from a side that goes into the World Cup as holders, defending champions. Something to take a lesson out of for Bangladesh.
That's why you always get into those positions to get the ball in quickly and to whip off the bails, because they're always pushing for the second at this stage.
Beautifully played inside out, a glorious lofted cover drive, first boundary for Devonshire.
Excellent, again the footwork, a standout feature through the innings for all these batters. And holds her shape. Not an easy shot. To go over the top, to go over extra cover.
Walks back, pulls this one. Bowler is where the fielder should be aiming to throw that ball. She does, but it wasn't a flat and fierce throw. There was enough loop in that throw from Nahida Akhtar, allowing for the second run to be taken, but excellent running between the wickets once again.
Kerr had turned and come about quarter way up the pitch, even before Devonshire had turned, and that's the commitment that you need at this stage.
Muscled towards long on, and there too Meili Kerr fancies a second run, sent back. It closes out the 19th over. In fact, one more delivery is still left. 170 for 3 already on the board. And a good 20-odd runs. I'm sure they would be fancying of the remaining 7 deliveries. Can Fahima eke out a dot and try and wrest a smidgen of momentum here? Full toss. Kerr's eyes must have lit up, and good fielding there from a long on fielder Nahida Akhtar, but not good enough to deny Kerr the second run. 19 overs gone. New Zealand 172 for 3. Last over coming up, and it will be delivered by Marufa Akhtar. Lost her flow after her first over somewhat. Can she take out a couple of wickets and more importantly, dots here? Oh, beautifully played. It's got the distance and the elevation. 6 runs for Devonshire. The runs keep coming in the back end of this New Zealand innings, and they're motoring along nicely towards that 180 run mark.
Yeah, sails over. Deep square leg. The fielder thought she had a chance, but only for a second. She's come out with intent and great timing. Has Devonshire.
Belligerent hit, but exquisite in equal measures from Devonshire. She went leg side the previous delivery, plunders runs on the offside this time around, back-to-back boundaries, and 10 runs of this Marufa Akhtar over of the first 2 deliveries.
It's so difficult to bowl to someone who goes over the top, over cover. Cover and extra cover. Because you usually have a sweeper. Then extra cover, you go over, you get a 4. Or that sweeper cover will come in line with extra, and then you can go over point or so. So if you have that option, makes it incredibly difficult for any bowler to bowl to you.
Smashed just past the outstretched arm of Marufa Akhtar's. It was travelling, and good single taken. Tell you what, you've got to be a special batter to steal the spotlight from Mealikar, and Devonshire has done exactly that in her 8-ball, 20-run knock so far.
It's been some beautiful shots. It hasn't been brute force, but classy shots. That's what really stands out. 29 off just 11 between these two.
Now she finds some meat off the bat there, but not the kind of stroke she wanted to play there. Just a single. In fact, 2 runs taken there.
Ritumoni in pursuit. And keeps it to a 2. And 2 balls left. Can they get 10 more runs? 2 boundaries.
Goes aerial once again. Fielder circling underneath it. Makes an absolute hash, does Ritumoni. Gives Mealikar a reprieve. And more importantly, adds 2 runs to the New Zealand tally.
She was in 2 minds, Ritumoni, whether to turn and run or to backpedal. Therefore, didn't make the distance, didn't get to the ball, and set up a good base and comfortable position to take that catch. It's been an expensive over. 187 on the board. Can they get 1 more big hit?
Final ball of the innings coming up. Mealikar on strike. Mealikar goes big. The ball's hung in the air for eternity and smashes into the side screen. What an emphatic way to end the innings. She brings up her half-century and remains unbeaten during this 28-ball stay of hers as New Zealand finish on a whopping, staggering 193 for 3 of their 20-over allocation. And take a bow, Devonshire. She's played second fiddle, but added some much-needed momentum in this batting innings.
Unbelievable finish to what's been an incredible innings. 51 off just 28 deliveries is what the skipper finishes on, unbeaten. It's a massive total. It's a massive statement from the Kiwi batters.
A terrific all-round batting display from the top 5 of New Zealand. All of them contributing with 25-plus scores. Plymouth and Bates setting the tone first up. Bates utilizing the depth of the crease and the lateral room in equal measure. And then Izzy Sharp, falling 4 runs short of what would have been a terrific half-century. But the half-centurion on the day is Mealikar, the first of the warm-ups here in Loughborough, and keeping her company towards the close end of the innings was Devonshire. 20 runs she plundered of just 8 deliveries, with New Zealand finishing on 193 against Bangladesh. Excellent statement that.
6 bowling options used by Bangladesh. Nahida Akhtar picking up 1 wicket. She was expensive today though, going for 48 in her 4. Ritu Moni, the pick of the bowlers, picking up 2 wickets. But all they could manage was the 3 wickets because New Zealand had a good measure of the conditions and the bowlers.
Bangladesh need 194 to get the better of defending champions New Zealand in this warm-up fixture ahead of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup England and Wales 2026. It's going to be an uphill task given New Zealand's efficacy and multifacetedness as a bowling unit. So lots to look forward to. We'll be live again shortly after this brief break. Will there be a highlight? Cool. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. You do the highlights. Okay. I don't want to say brief break again. What did he say? Come again? What did he say? We'll bring you live action again after a brief break. This sounded odd, brief break. Yeah. Coolio. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Thank you. Take it. You want me to do both, or you want to do one of them? I'll do the second one. Okay. After I recover from my brief break. But you've already taken the brief break. Flora. Flora. What a name to have. How many fours for Susie Bates? A display of might and fight from the New Zealand top 5 after Bangladesh won the toss and decided to insert them in with the bat. The result, 193 on the board for the loss of 3 wickets in their 20-over allocation.
And it was Suzie Bates who got the ball rolling. Used the crease incredibly well, moving inside the line on multiple occasions and coming down the track to the spinners. 4 fours and 1 massive 6. The important opening partnership between her and Plimmer set the platform for the rest of the New Zealand batters so that they could get past 190. But Suzie Bates laying the foundation before she was dismissed in that manner by Ritumoni, who was the pick of the bowlers. 6 bowling options used by Bangladesh after electing to take the field first. Marufa Akhtar unfortunately went wicketless. Shanjida bowled well, although wicketless, only conceding 26. Ritumoni picked up 2. Nahida Akhtar, one of their most experienced bowlers, picked up just the 1 wicket. Fahima Khatun and Shorna Akhtar, the other options used. Georgia Plimmer was the first to go. Good catch. That point. That broke that opening partnership. And Moni got another as well. Izzy Sharp closing in on a 50, but finding the fielder in the deep. That was the 3rd wicket to fall. So just 3 times they were able to make some inroads.
That's how the 2 groups have been stacking up leading into the 10th edition of the ICC Women's T20 World Cup England and Wales 2026. Group A being dubbed as the Group of Death. And why not? Because you have the most successful team in women's cricket history, Australia, South Africa, definite contenders, along with India in the mix, along with Bangladesh, first-timers, Netherlands and Pakistan. Group B, on the other hand, comprises hosts England, who, it bears reminding, lifted the trophy on this very home soil of theirs in the inaugural edition back in 2009. And alongside them are pooled New Zealand, defending champions, the West Indies winners of the 2016 edition, along with European rivals such as Ireland, Scotland, and of course the Chamari Atapattu-led side, Sri Lanka.
And New Zealand is in Group B. They start their campaign against the West Indies on the 13th in Southampton, and they play 3 games at the same venue against Sri Lanka and Ireland to follow. And they finish with Scotland and England, and that one at the Oval. Promises to be some exciting contests on the cards for New Zealand. Will they be able to defend their crown? That's the question.
It's the first ever 12-team Women's T20 World Cup, biggest field yet, which means more variety in the group stages and more competition, and Bangladesh will have plenty to contend with, starting off their tournament with a fixture in Birmingham, Edgbaston against Netherlands, and then they move to Leeds to play Australia, and subsequently to Southampton for the fixture against Pakistan. In Manchester, they'll be up against a resolute India, and finally at Lord's, London, which is going to host the final on July the 5th. Bangladesh will round off their league stage campaign against South Africa. Well, it's time to head into a break, and we will bring you live action from the Bangladesh chase in quick time. disappearing even before you know.
Oh gosh. Oh, bless you, thank you. No problem. Do a little selfie if you want.
Karen Cluster and Sue Redford. Did you do 190? 4.
194 to win.
Bangladesh face a serious examination here, chasing 194 against reigning T20 world champions New Zealand in Loughborough in what is the second warm-up fixture of the day here. Bangladesh's batting has shown signs of growth in recent years, especially through players like Dilara Akhtar, Shobhana Mostri, and of course their captain Nigar Sultana Jyoti. But this chase will ask for almost everything from their batting unit. Intent, calm, partnerships, and of course belief against one of the contenders of the silverware. Tasked with opening duties is Dilara Akhtar, who only 3 days ago became the fastest half-centurion for Bangladesh in women's T20Is, and that happened during the Tri-Series in Edinburgh. She's coming off quite the feat there and will be joining forces with Juwairia Firdaus, one of the standout batters from the global qualifiers, where Bangladesh were unbeaten in their 7-match outing and finished eventual champions. Joining me in the commentary box is Phoebe Graham.
Yeah, Rosemary Mayer to open the bowling for New Zealand. A really impressive quick. I've been impressed with her pace.
Let's play.
In the England series.
Oh, searing delivery. Asking questions of Dilara Akhtar first up. Sure, Rosemary Mayer lost her footing in her follow-through. But that is quite the way to greet the batter in a chase of 194.
Well, you can see what the quicker bowlers can get out of the pitch here. That one from Mayer just nipped back in, calling Akhtar all sorts of trouble first up. Put so much into that, she lost her footing as well, slipped in that delivery.
Slightly wavered on that occasion. Did it touch any part of the person of the player is the question. It is a legitimate delivery. Clearly must have brushed past the thigh pads.
I think for Mayer here, it's just making sure she uses the pitch, getting it right up there, allow the pitch to do the talking. We saw it with Ismail earlier today for South Africa. Put the ball up there, let it nip about.
Definitely wide this time around. Well, the umpire says no. Interesting call that.
Yeah, I was looking slightly confused by that, but not given the wide by Mayer.
the two on-field umpires for this game, Karen Cluster of South Africa and the OG trailblazer from England, Sue Redfern.
She's a celebrity in herself now, Sue, isn't she?
Mild appeal there from some of the infielders. How was that? But the umpire, Cluster, unmoved.
Yeah, she's losing a line here, Ismay. That first delivery, shaped outside of off stump, nipped back in, had a serious bit of jag. But you can see here, her arm is just past the perpendicular, and she's therefore losing shape in her action and pushing it down the leg side. Potentially getting away with a few deliveries here. Expected to give a few of those previous deliveries wide.
Played it nicely over the infield on the offside. And the momentum from that mere delivery, taking it all the way to the ropes. First four of this Bangladesh chase, and it comes off the bat of Dilara Akhtar.
Yeah, Akhtar does well here. It's wide, it's short. And very dismissively cuts that through the offside. She will not let Rosemary Mayer get away with that delivery.
Open the face of the bat. Dot ball to finish off this very good over from Mayer. Just that solitary boundary. 4 runs coming off it. Bangladesh 4 for no loss after the first over. Jesker to share the new ball alongside Rosemary Mayer. The younger sister, Amelia Kerr, dispatched the fireworks with the bat in hand, and it's time now when the spotlight shifts to the elder sister. It starts off well. Back of a length delivery set up just about enough for Firdaus to take it off the pads.
Yeah, I think we'll see Jessica get quite a bit of shape here. Any bowler that swings the ball in, just swings it in to the right-hander, has proved to get a lot of shape with the new ball. It's grey and overcast. Typical British conditions.
Played behind square. Oh, should have been a regulation catch. Instead, it turns into a lifeline for Dilara Akhtar.
Well, Devonshire sits back on her toes here, doesn't make her ground, and quite lazy movement to the ball makes it what should have been a simple catch drop and let go through her hands there.
Smashed, nicely pulled away. Dispatched with disdain by Juwairia Firdaus. First boundary for her, and it comes off Jessica.
Well, the most frustrating feeling as a bowler when a catch goes down and the next ball you get dispatched for 4. Uses the swing of the ball here and just leans back and pulls that round the corner. It's really nicely played. Frustrating for New Zealand though.
Foul. Just uses her wrist. Chance of a run out at the wicket-keeper's end, and the fielder at short mid-wicket, the captain herself, Mealy Kerr, fires in a rocket throw, and the wicket-keeper does the rest. It's going to be curtains for Dilara Akhtar, and Bangladesh lose their first.
Well, after seeing a regulation drop catch, that is an excellent piece of fielding by Millie Kerr. Diving in at mid-wicket, manages to get a hand and then throws that from the knees. Brilliant piece of fielding. The whole way to get those run-outs there is releasing the ball as quickly as possible, which she does, gets the wicket of Akhtar. She departs for 5. Bangladesh 10 for 1.
You just can't keep Mealy Kerr out of the game. Effective with the bat in hand. A talismanic figure as a leg spinner. And on the field, ever the live wire. With a sparkling exhibit of athleticism with that run out of Dilara Akhtar's. As she's replaced by Sharmin Akhtar Shupta. In the middle, on strike now. Against Jess Kerr. Nicely bowled. Yorker. Nancy Patel gets some part of a body behind it and intercepts the momentum. Gets up the strike, does Sharmin.
All facets of Millie Kerr's game have improved since getting captaincy, and it just feels like there was a question mark whether it would be too much responsibility for her, but actually her game's reached a new level that we never thought it would reach. She's just going from strength to strength and takes on the responsibility with ease.
Flicked off the pads. That's going to hum away to the rope. A welcome boundary for Bangladesh after the loss of the first wicket. And this time Firdaus does well to work it into the leg side to close out Kerr's 11-run first over. 2 overs gone, Bangladesh 15 for 1. One of the 3 titans of New Zealand cricket was about to hang up her boots at the close of the upcoming Women's T20 World Cup. And it's their talismanic pace spearhead Leah Tahuhu. Some outgoing swing on display in a very first delivery.
Such a fierce competitor as well, Leah Tahuhu, for New Zealand. Brings that fire to the pace attack and has that aggression about her, similar to a cap, and that you know that she's comfortable using the short ball.
Short ball doesn't get hold of it whatsoever. And she's easily one of the most important stories of the modern day women's game, especially in the era of professionalization, because she happens to be a mother. And the time Leah Tahuhu and her partner Amy Satterthwaite, the former New Zealand captain, decided to have a baby, it was such a big thing. There was a boom of babies among women cricketers during the 2022 edition of the ODI World Cup, which New Zealand hosted. Oh, crunched with an offer and punished. But there is a fielder there. They're pushing for the second run. Good running in the end. Excellent cricket on display.
Well, smart field placement from New Zealand. Leah Tahuhu has a deep cover and is able to cut that out from Sharman. It's a lovely strike. Just throws her hands through the line of the ball. But that deep point, being able to do the work, come round. And a better throw might have caused them a bit of trouble there.
And the reason I call Leah Tahuhu such an important figure is because for long, women cricketers did not enjoy the kind of support that needed to keep and retain talent within the ecosystem, which is why you have so many former players who had to leave the game at their peak for the want of support. But here she has been a great servant for New Zealand cricket. And the money, the funding, the pathways have emerged only over time, especially with them winning the T20 World Cup. And she has been firm in her statements in the lead up to this World Cup that She doesn't want it to be projected as an emotional farewell, but something that should be remembered as what the three stalwarts, the icons, Tahuhu, Bates and Devine has done to take New Zealand women's cricket to the next level.
I think any cricketer that's lived through the professionalisation of the game deserves a huge shout out. You know, it's been a massive journey in the professionalisation. We've seen it within the UK and English cricket. Domestically, here now in Britain, there's maternity policy within contracts, minimum standards that we never thought would be in place. So to live through the era has been an amazing achievement.
Upish. A couple of bounces straight to the fielder at deep point. Closes out this economical over from Tahuhu. Just 4 runs conceded. End of the third. Bangladesh 19 for 1. Nancy Patel, about to make her T20 World Cup debut in operation here in the warm-up. And she starts off with a wide-ish delivery that keeps low. Plenty of activity and hullabaloo in the middle from the New Zealand fielding side.
Yeah, played with Nancy in New Zealand in the Super Smash for Northern Brave. And she's a brilliant all-round cricketer, fielder, canny operator with ball in hand, able to change her pace nicely.
Oh, she sent the skywards. And easy catch, gobbled up by Maddie Green. Didn't have to break a sweat whatsoever. End of Sharmin Akhtar Shufta's innings. A paltry outing for her, worth just 4 runs. And Bangladesh lose their second wicket. Nancy Patel picks up her first.
Yeah, stock delivery by Nancy Patel. Doesn't get all of it, and it's straight up and a regulation catch in the end. Akhtar goes for 4. Bangladesh 19 for 2.
New batter in, Taj Nehar. She was out in the wilderness and away from the national side for a fairly long time. Interesting that Bangladesh have included her in the squad for the World Cup. Didn't quite turn heads since her international debut, as a result of which fell off the selection radar. But now she has an opportunity to make good on her promise, and also the opportunity she has been given. Swivel pulls to get her first run of the innings.
Nice to see the sun breaking through as well. Done well to get 2 good games of cricket here today in the ICC World Cup warm-up matches. South Africa beat Ireland earlier this morning by just 15 runs.
That's a big hit into the leg side. Oh, catching opportunity, which I think has ended up as a maximum 6 runs, with the fielder overrunning that effort while the ball was in her hand.
These are the opportunities New Zealand need to be taking. Izzy Sharp out in the deep, overruns it, does get her hands to the ball, catches it in fact, but runs over the rope. They're the big moments when you're playing against the best teams in the world that you need to take. She's finding it quite funny today. Might not if that was Australia.
Not quite sharp from sharp. They can look at the funny side of it. The entire infield of New Zealand's. And that concludes the fourth over. Bangladesh 26 for 2. Rosemary Mayer, right arm medium pacer, back for her second over, operating from the far end. Taj Nehar on strike. Soft hands from Nehar, a bit too precarious for my liking.
Yeah, you can just see that ball nipping back in and taking the stumps. Exposes all three stumps to Mayer there. Be licking your lips as a fast bowler, thinking just need to get through that baton pad. It would be a fairy tale finish for New Zealand, for Bates, Devine, Tahuhu. It's going to be talked about a lot throughout this World Cup, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And what a fine tribute it would be from the skipper, the incumbent Amelia Kerr, who was babied when Amelia Kerr broke into the international side, and that has been adjudged. A front foot no ball will be a free hit, as signalled by Karen Cluster.
Not only babied, Sophie Devine was her babysitter, which is brilliant in itself. The story is just wonderful. That 360 moment when Sophie Devine gave her the armband. I don't think she would have ever thought that when she was looking after her years ago.
Oh, shot! What a strike from Juwairia Firdaus. Came out of nowhere, and she optimizes that free hit somewhat, and it went towards the direction of Sophie Devine.
That's shot of the day. Picked that wonderfully through the legs of Sophie Devine. It looks like she's still searching for the ball, but no, she's cleaning the kit up for the team.
Wonder whose book that is. Quite fat. The last time a book came out and was aired on ICC TV broadcast, it made headlines, and that happened in England, Phoebe, during the 2017 edition. Then India captain Mithali Raj was reading Rumi on the sidelines, and it became social media content, and subsequently Mithali Raj became the bookworm. She's always been, but the world got to know. Sophie Devine, what are you reading? Do tell us. A big heave into the leg side, no connection whatsoever.
Yeah, trying to copy a partner's work there is Taj. Just 2 from 5 deliveries and trying to create something here. They are behind the rate already. And the power play is where you want to take the sting of the run chase. With only 2 fielders out, it makes it much easier to chase with a good power play.
Wayward could grab that from the wicket-keeper. Izzy Gaze pouncing on a full stretch dive. In fact, it's Inglis. Holly Inglis keeping wickets in place of Izzy Gaze. Quite the difference at this stage of play. New Zealand were 43 for no loss. Bangladesh have lost 2 wickets and have managed to put on only 33 on the board. That's been drilled down the ground. Beats the fielder. 4 runs for Taj Nehar. That's exquisite timing. Been an expensive over this from Rosemary Mayer. End of the 5th over. Bangladesh 37 for 2. Poor ball.
Jess Kerr is another one of those bowlers who relies on shape through the air. She likes to swing the ball late with her action. Shabani Bhaskar, former USA captain alongside. You've probably watched this bowler over the years, Shabani. Not express pace, but again, like Marufa Akhtar, likes to shape the ball into the pads.
Almost every team, Alan, has a bowler like Jess Kerr. If you look at the Indian lineup, you have Renuka Singh Thakur, Marufa Akhtar for Bangladesh, Jess Kerr for New Zealand. They come wide of the crease, angle the ball into the right-hander, and when there is swing on offer, they swing it in the air as well. But even without it...
Great shot. A lot of authority in that. Very nice by Firdaus.
Keeps that front leg side of the ball. And hits through the line. Beautifully done by Firdaus. She's raced to 24 off just 11. Yet not stepping into the line of the ball. Just steps straight. So she has the room, has the width to free her arms.
That was a much reduced pace delivery from Jess Kerr.
And when you think of similar bowlers, you also... Another one that comes to mind is Megan Schutt of Australia. Very similar.
Very. And she's taken a whole bunch of, you know, whole career has been a spearhead for Australia, who's recently announced her retirement, hasn't she?
What a legend.
Up and over. And that'll be 4. A little bit of width from Jess Kerr. And she's punished.
Gets under it. Throws her bat at it. Throws the kitchen sink, does Taj Nehar. It's turning out to be a productive over. A good stride. It's going to run away on this outfield. The sun's come out. The outfield's dried up as well.
And it's a safe shot. If it's that wide, you can really throw the bat at it. There's no slip. There's no third. Oh dear, that has slipped out of the hand. Yeah, it's got to be a wide.
Just looking for the change-up was Jess Kerr. No control on that occasion. 1 ball left in this over.
Love that.
Well fielded. Really well fielded. It's the end of the over. 6 gone, 48 for 2. Bangladesh going along quite nicely here. 4 bowlers used by New Zealand. Nancy Patel, the wicket taker, 1 for 7. And the run out, of course. 2 overs from Rosemary Meyer, none for 15, and Leah Tahuhu, none for 4. So Amelia Kerr hasn't bowled yet with her leg spin. Leah Tahuhu.
There's that wicket. Millie Kerr with the run out. Exceptional. To stop the ball, get into... She wasn't even in a balanced position. She was still down. She was on her knees, but to get that throw in...
Gosh, it's landed safely as well. It's gone nowhere. It's that extra pace we're seeing from Leah Tahuhu.
And then Nancy Patel came into the attack. And looking for the big shot, but holding out in the deep. Maddie Green with a good catch. Well judged, well held. That was the second wicket to fall for Bangladesh.
Well, ever since, you know, we've been watching New Zealand cricket, women's cricket, this player, Leah Tahuhu, has been on central focus. She made her debut back in 2011, 15 years ago. Best bowling 4 for 6 against Bangladesh, 4 for 6. That was in Christchurch 4 years ago, and just 2 months ago took 3 for 15 against South Africa. So she's still rolling in and she's still bowling at good pace. But imagine making your debut 15 years ago and you're now playing in a World Cup, and it will be her farewell. They've got her onto the park over the years and strapped her up, given her anti-inflammatories and said go and bowl, and she's done it.
Takes hard work as a cricketer, but also as a fast bowler, to stay in the game as long as she has, and also evolved the way she has. Not just...
How on earth has she got away with that? That's landed. You couldn't plot that. Whatever happened next, it's gone over the keeper's head. Just have a look at this. Shabani, this is all yours.
It's hard to put any words to this. She gets away with it. The bowler does and the batter does, in a way. Because it very well could have been a 4, or it could have been a catch straight into Short Fine's hands.
Right, straight up. Outside edge, should be a catch. It's an easy catch. And Leah Tahuhu strikes. Flora Devonshire takes the catch. And it's once again that extra pace.
You're looking to go leg side and takes that outside edge. She's a tricky customer, Leah Tahuhu, because of that slingy action. The line in which the ball starts is different from where it ends up on the stumps. Makes it that extra bit challenging. As Firdaus goes for a well-made 26, 51 for 3, Bangladesh.
Nigar Sultana. Nigar Sultana Jyoti got 100 on the CV as well. Strike rate is a little on the low side, but for so many years she has been the cement for this Bangladesh team. She's held the team together. Devonshire, the left arm spinner. Nice action. Let's have a look at this bowler's action. Good economy. She's only played 4 matches, but there's a lot to admire about this action. Oh, heck, there's a lot to admire about that delivery as well. Well bowled, and the left arm spinner looking in good fettle.
Bowled round her legs, pitching on leg and crashing into the stumps. It was too full for this sweep shot. And that is the downfall of Taj Nehar. Beautifully bowled. Nice drift. Nice and full. And on the stumps from Flora Devonshire. To send Taj Nehar back for 13. Bangladesh 4 down now with 51 on the board.
So 4 down now, Bangladesh, and it brings Shauna Akhtar into the middle here with a strike rate of 100. Shauna Akhtar is one of the young upcoming players and talents coming through Bangladesh cricket. And Flora Devonshire with a nice action, left arm spin. And you're right, Shabani, it was too full to play the shot, wasn't it?
You see it's almost pitching on her feet. She stepped into it and that created this space for the ball to pass her behind her legs. It was extremely well bowled by Flora Devonshire. A drift into the right-hander. Beautiful to watch.
And the field is well set. If you do drag one down, it's normally with a Bangladesh batter, it's pulled with the bottom hand. So I think if you can strengthen that leg side fence, you're in business.
Absolutely. They've set the right fields for the batters. Have the Kiwi bowlers. And kept it quite tight as well.
Every good New Zealand team's got a good left arm spinner. Men and women. You think of Mitchell Santner, Daniel Vittori over the years, and now we're watching here Flora Devonshire's got a good action, repeatable action. I like it. End of 8 overs, Bangladesh 54 for 4.
Centre. Right arm over to you.
There to Huhu. 3rd over. Just over the years, Shabani, you know this, Leah has had this shape, hasn't she? So slightly round arm, the arm drops a little bit. And I always wonder now, 4 down, I'd be inclined to say to Leah Tahu, do you want to slip? Pitch the ball up, have a slip, and see if we can whip out another couple here.
Agree with you 100%, Alan. Put the Bangladeshi batters under more pressure and also strengthen keep a more attacking field, because she doesn't need the ball to be new for it to move because of her action. With that slightly slingy action away from her ear, and when she's close to the stump, it's almost coming from in front of the umpire's face, right over the stumps. So a different line of attack that if you haven't played her, you're not accustomed to that sort of angle coming into you. The ball starts almost over the stumps, and then it moves away. It's not coming in and moving away, as many other outswingers would be doing.
Shauna Akhtar on strike. In the 50 over tournament World Cup in India and Sri Lanka in October, last October, she really made people sit up and take notice. Nicely organised player, and she was not afraid of hitting down the ground. It's something that not a lot of the Bangladesh women cricketers do. They tend to sweep a lot.
And one of the reasons for that is also the number of spinners you have coming out of Bangladesh. So you are more used to using the pace or using the crease to sweep. But she's slightly taller than the average Bangladeshi cricketer.
Short and halfway up the bat from Jyoti.
And because she's taller, she has those longer levers. And she's using that to good effect. And she is quite a bit younger. And the current generation, you have more explosive batters. You start with the big hit before you start with the defense. So that sort of mindset is what Shauna Akhtar feels like she's growing up with.
Nine gone, Bangladesh 59 for 4. Fielded. This is a good opportunity for Flora Devonshire to impress the management that she's a key bowler in this side. Susie Bates rolling back the ears. She gets a nice bit of drift, doesn't she?
Yep, she does. You mentioned the repeatable action, rhythmic and repeatable. And as you said, someone like Daniel Vittori, Mitch Santner, they have that repeatable action. A quick single, nicely placed. And when you want to be that dependable bowler for your side, which most left-arm spinners are, you need to have that repeatability.
Oh, it's worth the shout. Again, she bowls it tantalizingly with a certain amount of air, so it stays a long time in the air. I like this. This is really good. Yes, just drifting down, but she does get this drift.
And she's also bowling that in-between length. You're tempting the batter to come down the track, but she's not quite bowling it slow enough. You feel like you may be able to reach it just with that front foot stride, but it's not quite there. Brilliant length.
It's That's the end of 10 overs. Bangladesh are now 62 for 4.
The second set of 10 overs remaining, and the asking rate keeps ballooning for Bangladesh. Reverse attempted by Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Just 1 run coming of it. 131 runs needed now for 59 deliveries. The target a bit out of reach of Bangladesh now. Phoebe Graham.
Yeah, it feels like 13 and over at this stage is a big ask for Bangladesh. I think it's how tidy can New Zealand be at this stage of the game.
That's been hoiked into the leg side. A slog sweep. Not quite immaculately connected. Picks up a couple of runs, does Sharna Akhtar.
And it feels like this stage of the game, it's making the most of this ICC warm-up game. So with it being a warm-up game, can the Bangladesh batters get some confidence in the middle order? And can New Zealand be really tidy in the field?
Chipped uppishly and precariously towards Maddie Green at short mid-wicket.
The kind of confidence you want in your camp leading into the big tournament, to their opening game next weekend, is to make sure that you're firing on all cylinders. You're starting to be really sharp with small things like angles, and Nancy Patel moving her fielders round here, and not taking for granted that you've got Bangladesh 4 down in the 10th over.
Oh, it's gone up in the air. The wicketkeeper says it's my catch, and she takes it with ease. Sharna Akhtar has to depart, and Nancy Patel picks up her second.
Love that from Nancy Patel. Changed her field on the leg side, and with that created a big gap, enticed Sharna to play the slog sweep. But it was a huge top edge. She went inside out, and a simple catch for the keeper in the end. Sharna Akhtar goes for 9. Bangladesh 66 for 5 now.
I'm around to you. 2 balls.
Pace bowling all-rounder Ritumani, the new batter in, connects well first off, gets off strike with a single. You could sense in that Sharna Akhtar heave completely miscued it. She was losing patience, perhaps. The directive from the captain, her batting partner Nigar Sultana Jyoti, was to go for the big shots, given the growing asking rate.
Boundaries are so big square as well here, so it was a big ask. 67 for 5 here, Bangladesh, after 11 overs.
Skipper into the attack. Mealikar wrist spinner. Concedes a 4 first ball, courtesy of a misfield as Ritumoni picks up her first boundary of the innings.
Yeah, it was a wayward ball from Mealy Kerr. You don't see her drift the ball down the leg side that often, but overrun by Easy Gaze in the deep. Makes a meal of that.
She's usually on the money, as you rightly said, Phoebe. Mealy Kerr got one of the most lethal doosras there is. And even after so many years of her plying her trade on the international circuit, her wrong on is still very difficult to read. A short ball swatted into the leg side, dragged through mid-wicket for a single.
I think we should give a big shout out to the weather. The sun has absolutely come out to join us now this evening. It's the best part of the day we've seen so far. Conditions are in Bangladesh favour now. The sun beaming in.
Oh. Beautifully bowled by Mealy Kerr. A bit of flight on that one. Delectable to view.
Weathered the storm throughout the day. Managed to get 2 really great games of cricket this morning. South Africa versus Ireland. South Africa beat Ireland by 15 runs.
Floaty once again from Mealy Kerr. She's keeping the batter guessing on that occasion. Too good, absolutely too good for Ritumoni. Here you have arguably one of the top 3 wrist spinners in the global women's game in operation. Tying her all ends up is Mealy Kerr. 51 unbeaten runs with the bat. And here she has a chance to pick up a few wickets now. Wide delivery adjudged. And Mealy Kerr, Phoebe, is such a role model when it comes to the Gen Z pack of women cricketers. You think of the likes of Jemima Rodrigues, Laura Wolfhard, Sophie Molyneux, all of them born around the turn of the millennium, 1999, 2000. And look how they've evolved into these inspirational leadership figures. Molyneux, now the captain of Australia. Mealy Kerr, skipper of New Zealand. Rodrigues played an epic innings in that semi-final in the ODI World Cup last year. And looks like some running repairs have to be done here with the captain of Bangladesh, Nigar Sultana Jyoti.
See Redfern's having a word here because right in the middle of the over, 1 ball to go, and they've changed the gloves. Trying to play with Mealy Kerr here, get into her head. I think it's going to take more than that to put off one of the world's greatest bowlers. But yeah, an inspirational role model, and takes that responsibility on to lead by example and lead this New Zealand attack.
Dragged through deep square leg, well fielded there by Georgia Plummer. Clean pick up and throw. 2 runs taken by Ritumoni. Bangladesh 76 for 5 at the close of the 12th.
Bowling change, right over to you.
There's Mealy in operation. You can't keep Jess away for too long. Oh, beautifully played along the carpet. A square drive from Nigar Sultana Jyoti. As she adds 2 more runs to her tally. Delectably driven. Not an easy stroke to play that.
Yeah, you can see Jess Kerr here has just lost the shape of this delivery. She doesn't have the swing as the ball's got slightly older. Bowling the 13th over here.
Wide ball.
That wide delivery that was getting shape previously back in to the right-hander is just straightening, so she needs to move a line straighter here towards the stumps. Because at this stage of the game, they're only 5 down. They need 115 off 47, but you want to be challenging the stumps.
Cross seam at Dhorse was the reading from Nigar Sultana Jyoti, meaning she's held this cross seam. Good reading from the non-striker and an equally good fielding effort from the short third fielder. That just speaks to how smart Nigar Sultana Jyoti as a player is, right? She stood at the non-striker's end. She's reading the release of the ball from the hand of Jesker and passing on that information to the striker Ritu Moni. And we saw how she tried to outthink Amelia Kerr in that previous over.
So important as well when you're facing a bowler like Jessica Kerr, who swings the ball so much. By having the ball cross seam, it will shape so differently in the air. So if it's a slight signal to your partner or going down to the other end, it really helps with how you line and face up against Jessica Kerr. So good communication between the two batters.
Drilled straight to Kerr. Bit of a misfield, but no runs taken. And while we've spoken so much about Amelia Kerr as an inspirational figure, you look at Jess, the elder sister. Her career has been a story of resilience itself. Diagnosed with type 1 diabetes and then forced to give up a promising athletics career following a diagnosis of compartment syndrome as well as facial paralysis. She's pushed through setbacks to make her debut for New Zealand. That came in 2020, and over the years she's gone on to establish herself as a key cog in that New Zealand pace contingent and has really taken on the baton, so to speak, from the likes of Leah Tahuhu.
Yeah, she's not a player that you talk about a lot because she's not that showstopper, that star. But what she does do is a really good job with bat and ball and in field. But it's almost that unsung hero role that she just gets a job done, does Jess Kerr.
Oh, excellent stop that from Nancy Patel. Acrobatic from the get-go. Finishes off the Kerr third over with a dot. Bangladesh 82 for 5. Amelia Kerr mixing up her bowling options really well as she brings Susie Bates into the attack for her first over. Nigar Sultana on strike. Wristily flicked along the carpet into the leg side for a single. And Bates really set the tone of the match with her terrific innings and that partnership with Georgia Plymmer.
She always bowls handy overs as well, does Susie Bates. Often uses the sixth bowler in the attack, but has a lot of control with the ball in hand. Quite often comes on when the game needs that. We've seen her bowl crunch overs many a time for New Zealand. And really like her opening the batting and being that option for New Zealand.
Such an icon of the game. Every dressing room she's been part of, whether it be in international cricket or across franchise leagues, she's looked to pass on wisdom to the younger players.
That's where these characters will be missed. They're not just amazing cricket players, it's how they bring on the next generation of player, how they impart their knowledge, the energy they bring in the dressing room as well. It's not just one, it's times three as well.
Has been hammered, but finds the long on fielder. The sun beaming straight into the eyes of Green.
Stunning evening now. blue skies everywhere here at Loughborough University.
Sweep this one. Iffy connection in that instance. Has a shy at the non-striker's end as the fielder. Bates has a laugh and she concludes her first over, conceding just 3 runs. Bangladesh 85 for 5. Drinks have been called. Brief intermission as the players regroup and rehydrate.
Let's play.
Nancy Patel back into the attack, bowling her third over. Gets absolutely dispatched straight. That's a huge shot. What a strike that was.
Negar Sultana Jyoti through the kitchen sink at that and then some. Terrific strike going all the way over the rope. Shuffles across. Almost yorks herself. But this was well outside the off stump.
She wanted to go again there, did Jyoti. Smart bowling by Patel, just followed her. And took all her arms away from that second shot, but that first one, she managed to play that through the line of the ball. I think it would have gone the whole distance.
Big swing and taken. Good catch. This time around, there's no stopping the New Zealand fielding unit, who have been really on the money more often than not in this warm-up outing against Bangladesh, as Ritu Moni departs and Nancy Patel picks up her third.
Proving a really big part of this spin attack is Nancy Patel. It's a good catch, diving to her right. And that will be the last that we see of Ritu Monu. 10 off 13, caught by Devonshire, bowled Nancy Patel, Bangladesh 92 for 6.
Fahima Khatun, leg spinner, can use the long handle, joins Negar Sultana Jyoti in the middle. Nurdle diffidently towards the mid-on fielder. This is a good learning experience, this warm-up game for Nancy Patel. She's been carted for runs, but she's come back really well every time. She's leaked boundaries at the start of an over. Good variations on display from this younger.
What I've really liked about her is how she's manipulated and moved her field. So she's pulled fielders, changed the angles, and created opportunities that way.
Loud appeal. That looked absolutely plumb. And up goes the finger. Nancy Patel, what a show she's putting on. A well-deserved 4-wicket haul. And this time she takes out Fahima Khatun. That would have gone on to strike the off stump.
Oh, it's a great shout from the umpire. It was going to go on and hit the top of off stump. Nancy Patel takes her 4th wicket. And it's the wicket of Fahima Khatun, who goes for a duck. And Bangladesh now 92 for 7.
Starts the over with the single. Nancy Patel, she's been on fire. We saw 4 for her in the first warm-up game, Marazan Cup. And in this game, Nancy Patel for New Zealand. Nahida Akhtar, new batter.
I think Shabani, New Zealand will be feeling that they've gained the most out of this warm-up match. Nahida Akhtar is coming in here now with something of a crisis for Bangladesh. 93 for 7. Oh, that's lovely. I still would like, 93 for 7. They're not going to get these runs. I'd like to see Mealy Kerr with a slip, maybe a second slip, put pressure on. And by doing that, you also get the batter to think, okay, if you got slips, I'll try and hit you out the ground.
No ball!
Well, she's bowled a no ball. Mealy, that's a fine. That's the team kitty. Fine. She's overstepped here. Susie Bates has just said she's overstepped because she's coming down the hill. This ground is as flat as a snooker table. Well done, Susie. And the scorers have now got the message.
Time for a free hit. And Nigar Sultana on strike. But it is a free hit, so it's not going to be out. With a free swing of the bat. A little too full. Missing out.
It's the free hit, so you don't think about the repercussions of a wild swing. You know it's a free hit, so Jyoti helping the umpire. Beautiful day now. It's 6 o'clock in the early evening here at Loughborough, a day which began with very gloomy skies and some pretty horrible rugby weather, but we're playing cricket.
When we got into the ground in the morning, we were wondering, will we even get half a game in or even an over in? It's been great that we've been able to get almost 2 full games.
Yeah, absolutely. Into the over, it's 98 for 7. Susie Bates gonna have another over. Her occasional off spin. 4 for 26, her best. That was against Australia in Invercargill 15 years ago. Just dwell on those figures for a moment. 15 years ago, Susie Bates recorded her best figures in a T20 international against Australia in Invercargill. Played there, Shabina?
Haven't had the opportunity.
Oh.
Not yet, at least.
Gets cold in there in midsummer. Okay, there's no deep backward square.
A good option with this field set. We saw Millie Kerr do that as well. Access deep square leg. And there was a deep mid wicket, a long on, long off, and a sweeper. So a safe area, even if you don't hit it well enough. Hit it into space.
Much quicker this time. And Susie Bates bowling off spin here. I've seen her bowling seam up as well. Very talented cricketer.
That's when the 4-4 would have come 15 years ago. Only recently has she switched to bowling off spin. And even with her off spin, she is a partnership breaker. When the others aren't able to do the job, she comes in. Even if she may go for a couple of runs here or there, she has that knack of picking up wickets.
Wide ball.
That's a wide. Somewhere in my research, I saw your name alongside Susie Bates. Shabani, do you want to tell us about that?
I've had the great honor of sharing a dressing room with her for Otago.
That's a good shot. That's a healthy looking shot, and it's 4. So you played for Otago in the New Zealand County Championship?
Yes.
They call it the counties, don't they?
Super Smash.
Yeah, that's right.
The 50 over and the 20 over format. I had the opportunity to open with her.
Oh, wonderful.
By the time I'd scored 10, she was on 45.
That's the end of the over. 104 for 7. Flora Devonshire, who I think has had a good day today. She's 1 for 7 in 2 overs, bowled with great control. And I was on with you earlier, Shabani, the fact that she's got this very repeatable action. I think we're going to see some spin making its mark in this World Cup tournament. Think of Sophie Eccleston for England. They are predicting much warmer days in June.
And when you think of England, you think of swing and pace, but it also has, spin also has its place, most definitely. To hold the innings together, to keep it nice and tight. And when you do keep it tight, you do get wickets as well. But spinners are going to play a key role, absolutely.
Well, they certainly are. Lindsay Smith, Sophie Eccleston for England, key. Charlie Dean as well, and I think for Australia, Alana King, fabulous leg spinner, gives the ball a rip, Alana. So I think they've got a lot of good things going. The Australians want to get that crown back. They've won it 6 times. Good looking shot, and it clears Maddie Green at long on. That's a very healthy blow. And it makes you wonder why the Bangladesh batters don't go down the ground more than they do. It's as good as we've seen.
A touch fuller from Devonshire, and Nahid Akhtar fancied her chances. Gets good elevation and good distance. And in this sort of situation, you back yourself to see how many of these shots you can hit. 1-1-1 for 7.
Right, I'm over to you.
3 overs to go here, and New Zealand turn now to Rosemary Meyer. And interestingly, the keeper is standing up. Polly Inglis. Good test, and it's good. I like to see this. So the pace of Rosemary Meyer, she's not express pace, but to see the keeper standing up as well, it's to stop the batters going out of the crease.
Polly Inglis, also from Otago. At 29 years of age, but she's done well in the domestic circuit for Otago.
Well, not sure how you describe it. Outside edge, flashing past short third for 4.
But this is also the courage and the bravery you'd like to see, going for the shots, and they come off even as edges.
Yeah, there's no point in Bangladesh just blocking their way to the end of the 20. Go for your shots, play some shots, gain some confidence out there against top-class bowling. Do that. Fetched onto that leg side. Oh, nice fielding. There's a few laughs going on right there, but it was some very good fielding.
A good tag team effort, Maddie Green and Georgia Plummer combining well on the line to keep it down to 2. They are enjoying themselves out there, aren't they, New Zealand?
Well, they've made the most of the conditions. It's a little damp to start, but 193 on the board. We haven't seen Sophie Devine today. She's carried 1 or 2 drinks, but of course these warm-up matches are for giving everyone in the squad time in the middle.
So good.
We also haven't seen Bree Illing in action with her left arm pace. She was mighty impressive in that 50 over World Cup.
Yes, she was. She brought a new dimension, didn't she? I was talking to Craig McMillan before this match. I said, how's she going, Bree Illing? And she said, it's good. She's got good shape, in good form for this tournament. It's out. That is a very good catch. Georgia Plummer takes the catch, and she was always in control, got into position very early, and it's another wicket down.
I tried to take it all the way, Nahid Akhtar. Converting that from the offside. The good running catch from Georgia Plummer. Made it look easier than it was to cover all that distance. Great control. And a good smile to go with it. Nahid Akhtar goes for 17, 118 for 8 Bangladesh.
So it's the final over, and it's the White Ferns captain, Mealy Kerr, who lit up the New Zealand batting with 51 off 28. Such a wonderfully gifted all-round cricketer. Here again on Tuesday here at Loughborough University. South Africa, Ireland, New Zealand and Bangladesh. Had the two matches today, and of course on Tuesday just swap the sides around. Right, can Mealy Kerr finish this? 8 wickets down Bangladesh. Can she wrap it up? Not with a ball like that.
Looking to entice the batter into a false shot. Really tossed up. But Maroofa there just stays away.
Says Jyoti's had time in the middle. Spent a lot of time, but she's used up 31 balls for her 28. Oh dear, what's happened there, Mealy? I'm not sure what happened there, but there are a few New Zealand players grinning.
They were able to see the lighter side of things because they did the hard work with the bat. 193.
Very nicely played. That will run for 4 through extra. Jyoti here, just adding to her total. She's been out there for a long time.
It gets to the pitch of the ball. And then a free drive. There's an offside cordon. As soon as you pierce that gap, it's running away for the boundary.
And that is the end of the contest. New Zealand too strong today. Bangladesh finish 125 for 8. And a long way behind New Zealand's 193. New Zealand win this match by 68 runs. A lot to look back on for New Zealand. Runs for the captain. Thought Flora Devonshire bowled well. Leah Tahuhu looked good. What are your thoughts, Shabani?
All-round clinical and comprehensive performance from New Zealand. A good first outing in their first of 2 warm-up games here in Loughborough. Their top 5 all contributing with the bat. A good opening partnership between Georgia Plimmer and Suzie Bates. Bates getting into her 40s. Izzy Sharp was mighty impressive as well. The skipper Mealy Kerr getting to a 50 in quick time and staying unbeaten. And Devonshire with a quick fire 20 to add as well to take them to 193. What a performance it was with the bat, and they backed it up with the ball as well. Whoever got an opportunity. And Nancy Patel, the standout with 4 wickets. Exceptional outing. A happy outing for New Zealand today.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the warm-up matches, when you've got the likes of Suzie Bates, who's played so much cricket over a long career, and you've got some new young players coming in, and to get the mix right between those who are aspiring to have a long career with New Zealand, those who are bowing out, I think they've dovetailed well today. Bangladesh, well, got to ask some questions. I didn't think their bowling was at its best today, Shabani. I expected a bit more from their spinners, and we didn't see Shauna Akhtar bowling.
She came in very late in the innings. Just looking back at this Bangladesh batting innings, 26 for Firdaus. She was looking good before she was dismissed. Nigar Sultana staying unbeaten for a run of ball 32. Unfortunately, not too many partnerships and batting contributions. So they finished with 125 runs on the board in their 20 overs for the loss of 8.
Yeah, some good healthy bowling figures. Nancy Patel, 3 overs, 11 dot balls, 4 for 18. Standout figures. Flora Devonshire, 1 for 14 and 3. So you put those together, 6 overs, 5 for 32. And they put a strong grip, a stranglehold on the batting. Rosemary Meyer, 1 for 22, 1 for 12 in 3. Leah Tahuhu. Mealy Kerr got 3 overs in as well. So New Zealand, 193 for 3. Mealy Kerr, 51 not out. Izzy Sharp, 46. Susie Bates, 45. Georgia Plymouth, 28. 125 for 8, Bangladesh. New Zealand winning this match by 68 runs. We will take a short break and we'll meet the captains shortly after. Very good contest here, certainly from the New Zealand point of view. The White Ferns with an overwhelming victory by 68 runs over Bangladesh. Mealy Kerr, 51 from 28. Izzy Sharp. It's good that these players got in, got double figures. Susie Bates, Georgia Plymouth, and in reply, Bangladesh 125 for 8, with Nancy Patel shining with 4 for 18, New Zealand winning by 68 runs. They're ready down there, aren't they? They're ready. Yeah, one. Do you want to go to it? Okay. So a win for New Zealand by 68 runs. Shabani Bhaskar alongside New Zealand, pressurised, and this was superb from Mealy Kerr.
The captain leading from the front to start things going, and then Nancy Patel comes in, picks up her first, and the slide starts. Leah Tahuhu, she was right on target, and Flora Devonshire bowling Ritamoni around the legs. She was good, Nancy Patel. Over the wicket, around the wicket, with her variations, with her lines. Changing it up, keeping the batters guessing. It seemed like she may get a fifer, but she finished with 4 today, catching Fahima Khatun right in front of the stumps. Great control. But the wickets just kept falling. And that's why Bangladesh fell 68 runs short of the target.
Yeah, comprehensive performance. Let's now hear from the captains with Anisha Ghosh. Anisha.
Well, I've got with me the Bangladesh skipper, Nigar Sultana Jyoti. Nigar, what went wrong really in this warm-up fixture against defending champions New Zealand?
I guess as a bowling unit, we conceded a lot of runs in the board, and we tried few things in the middle, and it didn't work out. And I guess in the batting, I think we had a good start in the power play, but we couldn't capitalize ourselves in the middle over, and we kept losing wicket, so it actually cost us.
Some bright spots did emerge in that outing, including your own performance with the bat and that of Juaria Firdaus. Talk us through those 2 innings in specific.
I guess that is her, like Juaria's first T20 World Cup, so she's so young, and she's very aggressive, and she was doing the same for the team. I think if she could play a few more overs, maybe we can add a few more runs.
And Ritu Moni, such a seasoned, experienced campaigner she is. She's looking to find her rhythm really well, first in Scotland during the Tri-Series and now in this first ever outing in England, taking 2 wickets as a medium pacer.
Yeah, I think she's been very consistent for her bowling, and we played a Tri-Series in Scotland, and she was brilliant in there, and she's been doing the same for the team, and I hope like she's doing the same for the upcoming matches.
And if you were to give a piece of advice to all the young players in the Bangladeshi ranks, you're quite young yourself, Nigar, what would it be when it comes to navigating the conditions of playing in England for the first time?
I think we took a good decision to came early in Edinburgh, play a few games there, because initially it was a bit challenging for us, because here length is different in Bangladesh or subcontinental area. We had the different conditions, so we took some time to adapt the situation and condition. I think it's pretty good to bat on, but still, if you really want to get runs in the board, you have to stay there and play like with a straight bat.
Hard luck today, Nigar. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Go well.
Thank you.
That was Nigar Sultana Jyoti, skipper of Bangladesh. And in comes Meili Kerr, star performer on the day, as she usually is more often than not. And congratulations on that fine outing. What do you make of your team's all-round emphatic performance?
Yeah, it's just nice to get out there after I guess our series against England, having a little break. It feels like we haven't played cricket in a while, so nice to just go out there and see different people contribute to the team performance, and I think some of the ball striking from the other players was brilliant to see.
Speaking of contributions coming in from the young and the experienced alike, you had the likes of Susie Bates, Izzy Sharp, and of course the big hitter that you seem to have unearthed in Devonshire. Talk us through those contributions in specific.
Yeah, they were awesome. I think the Izzy Sharp, how hard she hits the ball and how straight she hits it, and then Flora Devonshire there at the end. To be able to hit the ball like she did and also over extra cover, it's always a nice shot to watch. So it's very cool to see them do so well, and I guess it holds us in good stead for the future of New Zealand cricket.
Speaking of the future, again, look at the youngsters and the likes of Nancy Patel. 4 wickets for fun almost. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, she's been so good for us. Whenever she's had an opportunity to play, she's been amazing, and I just think she loves cricket. She loves competing. She's got really good energy, and she's smart, and she's very accurate. She doesn't miss the stumps very often, so she asks a lot of questions when she's bowling, and whenever she's got the ball in hand, she's putting her hand up and taking every opportunity given to her.
I cannot let you go without asking about another key architect of this win, a chief contributor on the sidelines, Chief Drinks Carrier, your predecessor, former New Zealand skipper, World Cup winning captain Sophie Devine. She seemed to carry the drinks as well as, great spirits into the middle.
Yeah, obviously it's not very often you see Sophie running the drinks, so she'll be out there come the World Cup, and she's such a key player for New Zealand, and we all know how destructive she is, and when she is one of the best in the world, so we'll be looking forward to having her for this World Cup. Obviously the last one for a few of our players, but yeah, you won't see her running the drinks too often, but she's got a lot of energy and she's loving being around the group.
And it's clearly visible. Thank you very much, Mia Leaker, and go well in the next game.
Cheers, thank you.
Yeah, very comfortable outing today for New Zealand, and Mealy Kerr making the point that it was the method today with which they won, giving lots of people responsibility, batters getting runs, bowlers having a good bowl, and they were energetic in the field. Too strong today for Bangladesh, New Zealand winning by 68. Well, a little bit of rest for Sunday and Monday, but the warm-ups continue on the 8th of June. It's West Indies, Australia. That's in Cardiff at Spire Gardens. West Indies, India. West Indies, India. And it's England against Australia in Cardiff. You see, I saw Cardiff and I went, I lost my thread. And back to Loughborough. Could lose it here as well. Ireland against Bangladesh. So the 4 teams involved again. South Africa, New Zealand. That's here on Tuesday. We look forward to your company. We've had a good day today. Thanks to everyone involved in getting the cricket going when we had the rain falling. And we'll see you on Tuesday here at the University of Loughborough.